Okay. Okay. Plus or minus 8 laps before Clogmonger retires. Okay, I can throw that one up. But as you can tell, we are live. Live. Midwest F1 League back. Thursday edition, Division 1 action. Hosted by yours truly, Crash McQueen. And that's it for it today, as Mr. Static Hazard has turned into a stupid dum-dum head and messed up his timing, or else he would have been here today. But stupid dum-dum head has got daylight savings down in Australia and messed up the times there, and then seems to be off. He's at work right now getting stuff done. He said he's the interim manager, so do good there, Static. That is a stupid dum-dum head. I agree. Exactly. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Wild Maida with the follow 2 minutes ago. Very much appreciated. Thank you for supporting the Midwest F1 League. It wouldn't be the same without the people supporting. 142 followers is where we sit at, so keep them coming. We'd love to see it. We are missing Kenny this evening, unfortunately, as well as Static Hazard, because he's a stupid dum-dum head, but that's beside the point. We'll go on to the fit and see what guys come out with early. Looks like Chino's going to throw on some mediums. Who's going to be the first out? Is it Random Series? Most likely. I hear a car getting ready. Oh, Random Series is second. You suck. Get good, Random Series. Looks like he's behind Scavney. Yes, Scavney likes to be one of the early guys out there. But hello, Hannah. How are you today? Are you happy, content with how your employee, I guess employee, yeah, you know what, you hired him, has been doing in his preparations so far coming up to Interlagos? It is a fun, fast, technical track. I did hate it, but now I kind of like it. I can't say that it's grown on me, but I can say it's grown on me. Think about it. But Interlagos is a very fun little track. Maybe I can pull up the Wikipedia page and try and find some fun Interlagos snippets. That's a good word. We'll use that one. We'll see how Scavney do. Looks like a good majority of the field is already out. Looks like a Ferrari is behind. It looks like that would be Jacko or Jay Chase, followed by a Williams and Nicky. He likes Brazil, so hopefully he doesn't DNF Ruth, but true. Oh shoot, let's do start prediction. Who's getting pole position? Alright. Check it out. Stick Joker. Can I add? What can I add? Oh, manage pool. Okay. I messed up. JC, as you can see, has retired from session. He's serving a qualifying ban for some mischief in the Discord channel. So that is why you see that on the left side of your screen there. Looks like we got a Renault off in Sector 2 there. Let's get this. Who will get pole position? Alright, we'll go Jacko, Jay Janet, and Clog. Alright. Run that for 10 minutes. Be sure to vote. 14 and a half minutes until. It should time perfectly. Rain in the forecast. I don't know. I don't get to see, unfortunately. We got time set. Mystic Joker sets an early 106.886, followed by Jacko's 107.08. I'm going to try and catch up here with who's coming around the track. We'll get you on board the Daltonian. Random Series goes to 107.151. Mailmere into 107.549. Helga in the late 107s, followed by Jay Chase in the mediums. Nikki early 108s. Siberia as well, early 108s. A Daltonian setting a 108.355. Jinnit a little slower than anticipated on those mediums, going into the 109.010, maybe a little bit of problem somewhere. Cake Thomas over the line ahead of Jinnit in the softs. And seems like Noganator starting his hot lap, so we'll get on board with him here. He is injured, we can say. No rain, okay, Pork Truck Stevens, no rain. I know for a fact that Noganator is injured, so he is not in his wheel tonight. He is back to controller, as he's missed a couple of races in a row from injury, so he needs to, the league has asked him to just race, so, which is what he is doing tonight. I know Interlagos is one of his more favorite tracks as well. I think, is that Yolmir? I think Yolmir goes 4th? I believe so. But AP7 yet to set a time. Noganator nearly bins it, coming out at 9 there. Through 12. He's going fairly decent so far. Hasn't shown much tie loss. Switching on controller, taking some fairly clean racing lines. He was a controller driver for the longest time, and then switched to wheel early on this year, and it goes into the 109.09. Hard to be mad with that when you've been out of it for quite a while here. So let's see what EP7 can do. Early on, Clogmonger leads with who people think will get pole position. I was going to put Nikki up there, but unfortunately only put 5 different things at a time. So EP7 is about to come over the line here in the Renault into 8th place. Very solid, especially with being on a lap old tires. Good ZGS about to start a hot lap. 7 Noganator, Pork Chops as well. How far is he? He's already halfway through, coming in through sector 2 right now in the fast right-hander. Do you think any broadcasters hum as much as I do? Working really wide out there, just before turn 10, nearly getting onto the grass, trying to take a nice line. And starting on the mediums as he normally does, going purple through sector 2, but I think that's just a game glitch. We can't put too much stock into that. But he is working his way around the final couple of corners here. Down into the pit straight he goes, up the hill into 15, just beating out Clog. Clog not having a good first lap. Scavney, he actually invalidated his first 2 attempts, so he puts on some fresh softs. Gets back out there. Go up, then you come back down, and then back up into turn 12. Get a little bit of that curve, don't want to get too much. I mean, get a decent amount, but that won't give you a good racing line here. Now it gets tough coming out as you want to try and get as much speed as possible, but also not take too wide of a line. You're going to come over in the late 107, so very solid. As well as that GS came over earlier with 16th place in 109.084. Car off in sector 2 there, but may have just been pulling out of the way. Who we got? Is that Pork Chops? Okay, that's Helen. Is that Jacko? Jacko is coming over. He's nearly a quarter of a second down and just edges out Mystic Joker for pole. But here we go, Mystic Joker as well is 2/10 down. So he should be able to take it right back. Trying to cut as much of the turn as possible here, getting real close to the wall. And he's over the line and he retakes back what initially was his. Looks like ZGF should be in the pit. Yolmir, I think, is the next to follow. Scavney, Jay Chase, but he's invalidated, and then the solo. Mickey, and Jinnit, and then I guess Helg will go on to Helg. Nope. Helg is invalidated early on. That's Jack, that's Mystic, that's Scavney, okay. We're kind of waiting for someone to start a hot lap here. Okay, no, Jinnit just did, as well as Nikki. So we'll go to Nikki first. See what Hannah's client can get done here. It's a fast right-hander. You take it real quick, you gotta slow down initially into it, but then you can kind of put it all the way down to the floor, up the turn, and then stop hard into turn 8. And decent bit of stop and go here, but out of every turn you're kind of pumping it right to the floor, trying to get as much pace to the next, and each turn does offer some sort of passing opportunity. You can get a pass done nearly every turn here. Nikki trying to cut as much of the final turn as he can, right up tight to the wall, and does improve on his time and then one position as well. Jinnit looking to improve heavily on his time, a second and a half better, and goes third. So solid stuff from Jinnit. Noganator on an outlap. Is that Yolmir? That is Yolmir, but he's a second and a half off his pace. Helga in behind. What can Helg do here? I think he's heavily off of his pace as well. Actually, no, I'm very much so wrong. He's a tenth and a half down, so that should get him fairly close to Mailmere. See what he can do, what kind of straight line speed he has, and does leapfrog Mailmere a quarter of a second quicker than his first time out. On to Cake. Cake is a second and a half slower. Scavney is in behind. See Barry, there we go as well. Going in through Sector 3 right now. Sector 3 only consists of 4 turns, all of them being left-handers. Sector 1 only consists of 3, a left, a right, and a left. 15 total turns make up Interlagos. See where he finds himself into 8th. Best commentator alive. Crash the man. Oh, one of my adoring fans. Let's see, Noganator unfortunately is invalidated. Nikki is into the pit. Jade Chase just starts a hot lap. Here we go, let me try and figure out what's going on here. Is that Helg works on his out? Is Scavney up there? Scavney's invalidated though. So I have to get back. Jade Chase is next to set of time here as he comes through the windy Sector 2 here. So Sector 2 consists of 2, 4, 6, 8 turns going left, left, right, 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 left, right, left. So, as exhilarating as that sounds, I kind of bored myself saying that, so I'm sorry for even telling you, but it's a fun circuit. Just let's keep it at that. Jade Chase trying to get up into the top 5 very much has the ability to do so. Almost into one, doesn't go halfway through the 107s into 5th. Yolmir still sitting in 5th place. Is that Random? Random just finishes his lap, but I didn't catch the time. Pork starting his. That's Jacko coming around, but he is very much slower than his first one. Is that Mystic in behind him? Mystic is into the pit. Do we have a spun out car in Sector 2? I think Scavney's coming around here. And yeah, Clogmonger did spin out and retires with 18th. Not what he was hoping for here. Porkchop was the only car on his hot lap, but did not have the ability to stay on track and invalidates. So he's going around, and Clogmonger wins. And who people think will get pole? And what do you idiots know? Because he finished 18th. Figure it out. Just kidding, sorry. But we continue onward. As Cake Thomas is on a hot lap and coming through sector 2 and 4/10ths down, so he's going to want to eat up as much time as he can there. Maybe go looking to get into the top 10. Cake is in the Red Bull. Red Bull is in desperate need of points right now, currently sitting at the back of the pack in constructors' standings. And a good chunk of the way behind AlphaTauri's, and a spin out. Ouch. Coming around turn 9 is not going to help that cause. And I don't think he'll have enough time to get around and then back for another go at a quicker time here. Is that Jacko? He's getting that glitch, that annoying glitch. 8 Altonian actually, but he is invalidated. So Porkchops is coming around sector 2 here. Gotta try and time these turns as well as get a good launch out from each without overdoing it and spinning out like we just saw the Red Bull of Cake Thomas do. Half a second down, sorry. That is Porkchop, so he's on pace to at least jump over Cake. Looking for a better sector 3 here and potentially go up into maybe 13th. Is it manageable for him? And only 15th. Just misses out on 14th place, 2/10ths back of AE. And is that Jacko? I think Jacko is out of gas. That's annoying. AP7 about to start a hot. As is Scavney. AE's the next to set a time here. So he's coming around the final. A couple left-handers here. He's a little bit wide there and just kind of chalks it. And that'll be it for him. Helg is actually about to come over here. Not looking to maybe late 107s. Does just improve on his time, but not enough to take 5th. I haven't seen Leviathan in chat for the longest time. Where'd she go? That's such a perfect thing to say. On and out. Unless you come out of the garage right now, you're not going to have enough time to get around the circuit. Nobody's going to start his hot lap here. I think that's Pork out of gas. Just trying to baby it back to the garage here. AP7, as you can see, fly by. Does improve up into the top 10, so that's 2 Renaults in the top 10 currently. Scavney is invalidated, but he'll have one more go at it. Mailmere's about to start his hot. Is Helg into the pit. Jinnit on an out. On an out. ZGS on an out. We go Nicky's next over. We'll see best lap set, so ZGS has only set a lap on mediums here. Nicky's currently down on his time, or sorry, up on his time. Down. He's behind his initial time. Helg has chalked up his time, and Nicky does improve. So he had a really bad sector. Actually, he had a really bad sector 3 early on there. Oh, and Noganator unfortunately spins out just after turn 12, so he's going to have to stick with the time he's got. AP7's behind, but AP's not looking to set a quicker lap. Mailmere is currently 2/10ths down, so could potentially leapfrog him up into 6th. That's it right now. The qualifying time is done, so you got to finish your lap and see what you can get. Mailmere over the line does improve, but not enough. Gabby's into the pit. Is that Jinnit or Mystic? Jinnit, or Mystic, sorry, improves. Jinnit's invalidated, so that's it for him. Zeji S, I believe that is, coming over, looking to improve. Will into 15th. Jay Chase can't. Nicky's the last, and he is very far behind his initial fastest lap, so that'll be it for qualifying here in Interlagos. The two Mercedes sit in the back of the pack, 18th and 19th. A couple of the Red Bulls in 15th and 17th, and Alpha Tauri in 16th as well, and the other one up into 6th place. Two McLarens in the top two rows there, in 1st and 4th. So we get that glitch again, but there we go. That's all done. And as it finishes, we got Mystic Joker with pole, followed by Jacko in 2nd, Random Sirius 3rd, Janet Twinnet 4th, Yolmir 5th, Helg 6th, J Chase 7th, Mayomir 8th, Seaberry 9th, Nikki 10th, AP7 11th, Scavney 12th, The Noganator 13th, A. Daltonian 14th, ZGS 15th, Porkchop 16th, Cake 17th, and then the two Mercedes in Clogmonger and JC Blackley at the back of the grid. So we'll have to see what they're going to be able to do all the way back there. Currently the Merc team sits 3rd overall in port standings, a big helping hand from Honda, who no longer races with us. But some positions up for grab. Williams isn't too far behind Alfa Romeo, but Williams only has one driver here. Alfa Romeo actually not too far behind Racing Point, and Racing Point got both their full-time drivers here tonight, so let's see what they can do. Renault sits 27 points back Haas for 4th, so we'll have to see if they're going to be able to catch up to him, as well as Haas only sits 22 points back of Mercedes for 3rd, so looking to get in the constructor podium. As for the lead in the Constructors' Championship, it sits with Ferrari at 774 and McLaren at 697. So Ferrari has got a good solid stranglehold on this so far. So McLaren need a big day. Ferrari can't technically clinch, but they can make it real hard going into the final race week, which of course is Abu Dhabi next week, to finish off Season 2 of the Midwest F1 League. But while we have a little bit of break until we get going here, I'll go through what was asked to the drivers this week heading in to Interlagos. The pre-race questions are as follows. Do you think the league should make the finale of the season, or okay, do you think the league should make the finale or the season opener 100% race, and why? So a lot of guys are actually extremely against this. So Hell Knows from JC Blackley, Mayomir a bit intense, no way. A lot of people are just saying no, just don't even touch that. As well as the second question was, Red Bull makes energy drinks. If there's another company that doesn't make vehicles that could come into F1, which company would that be? And it was specifically wrong answers only. So we got a couple of Trojan Condoms F1 team, as well as Elon Musk SpaceX. That's a little bit more realistic. But Pfizer or Sputnik V. If F1 becomes more affordable in the next 5 to 10 years, I could see some motorsports loving mogul taking a shot at an F1 team ownership. Okay, MidWest, and then Nikki actually suggested MidWest is going to buy Haas. So there you go. See, Barry wins it with Blockbuster, as they need a new line of business. And then we had Taco Bell and other weird ones. But North Pole question done by yours truly this week was, this 2021 season sees us going back to Imola. Are you a fan of having two separate races in one country? And do you feel like Imola is worthy of putting another race on the F1 calendar? And a lot of people were for having more than one race in the Formula One calendar at one country, as well as Imola is hot fire. They like Imola circuit. So, hey, is what it is. Speaking of Imola, we're going to be at Imola here for the Formula One IRL edition this weekend, so we actually got practice. FP1 and FP2 starting tomorrow night. So we're coming around the final couple corners here of the formation lap. We're about to get right into it. 36 laps makes up the 50% Interlagos Brazilian Grand Prix race week 15 for the Midwest F1 League. We're about to get into it. We'll have to see what is to come. Will turn 1 be chaotic? Will we have a safety car? Shoot, I didn't do that. Start prediction. Will there be a safe type car? Lap 1. Yes. No. 30 seconds. Start prediction. Okay, quickly vote. JC Blackley's taking his time getting up to the grid, so that's good. You gotta use channel points. Submission. No one's voting. Come on, someone vote. Come on. Hit us with a vote. But we're gonna get right into it here. We're gonna get on board with. We'll stay there. There we go. Jacko's trying to get the line into turn 1. He's got the lead. Mystic tries to send around the outside. Gets right alongside Jacko. Jacko kind of pinches him off. Looks like Jinnit kind of bumped into the back of his teammate there. Random Serious drops back into 4th. Doesn't look like anyone's spun out quite yet, so we've got everyone clean currently. I need to pull that up. There we go. Helg up into 5th. Mailmere and Yolmir, I think, drop the position. Cake and Clog are battling at the back of the pack. JC Blackley moves out quite a bit of positions. AP7 and Nikki are battling here. Right on board with Nikki, and Nikki back into 10th. AP up a position, even on the mediums. Nikki's going to want to try and get through him as quick as possible. And I think Seaberry, I don't know what happened to Seaberry there, but he lost a bunch of positions. A little bit of contact between himself and Noganator. And now Seaberry and Cake somewhat battling there. Cake having to go around the outside. And they're wheel to wheel here, but Seaberry's got the shorter way around the track. And Cake's not giving way, so he's still going to battle him all the way around, but Seaberry ends up getting it done. This Random Serious into the pit. Or, no, that's a glitch. Okay, there we go. Mystic Joker trying to get a good run out of turn 3 here. Maybe make a little bit of a move on Jacko early on. This track map settles itself down. Take a quick peek at the position changes. There's a lot of moves going on, as well as Mailmere and Yolmir getting real close. Mailmere sending it around the outside. He's going to have to break deep. Yolmir has to cut the corner a little bit, but Mail's got the good traction around the turn. And Jay Chase as well, trying to get past the Haas, but Yolmir blocks him off. So a move made by Mailmere there, up into 6th place now. Jay Chase, as I said, just in behind. A potential 2-stop strategy could be done here on the softs, but I highly doubt we're going to see anyone do that. Usually not the way to go in a 50% race, but can be done. Depending on safety cars and this and that. So he's got DRS, but now DRS should be open. On to lap 3. Jinnit showing some good pace, but just outside the reach of Jacko. Seaberry and Noganator battling at the back of the pack at 15th. Looks like Seaberry just gets by him. Noganator does get DRS, but right alongside him is Cake. So Cake tries to go around the outside. A little bit of contact. Cake is pushed off. He's back on track, but nothing too nasty there. Nikki trying to get back, and oh no, I think Noganator just spun out around turn 5 there, so he's going to have to pick himself back up. A decent start for him, but a long ways to go here on out. AE's actually not too far. He's going to have a little bit of a DRS train form here. Random Series is trying not to let go of the lead pack there. Jinnit and Mystic are going to try and work on Jacko here. Mystic's got the inside line here on Jacko. He's got the full car ahead as well and gets the overtake done. On board with Jinnit here. Mystic is going to try and fight off Jacko going into turn 4. Off to the inside line, Jacko just not close enough to get anything done. JC and AE, Daltonian look to be getting real close, as well as Porkchops finds himself up into 12th after a pretty good start from him. JC up 5 spots. Clog and ZGS battling it out as ZGS gets the move done. And Clog goes off a little bit wide. Trying to stay close as Mailmere here, but coming around the final couple turns is Jacko and Jinnit. Following Mystic. Mystic is going to try and open up that gap and push Jacko out of DRS. Jacko's going to do as much as he can to try and stay in. We'll look at batteries. And Jacko's actually got a good amount of battery power saved up here. Maybe looking at a little bit of a run into turn 4. Yellow flag in sector 2, I think that's Clog that spun out as well as he's down the pack a bit. Still alive and well though. Some potential passes as we really start opening up this race now, and some separation between the packs are being formed. Mailmere looked to have gotten really close to Helg for a moment there, but Helg is slowly falling outside of the lead pack, and he's leading his own of 4 drivers running from him, Mailmere, Yolmir, and Jay Chase. So potentially some pit stop strategies are going to come into play here at Interlagos. Jacko's just barely staying in DRS, nearly falling out. Random Sirius is doing a good job of staying close to him. Mystic actually looks to have pulled away a little bit on the straight stretch, and Jinnit is just catching the slipstream of Jacko, and as well sets fastest lap while doing it. Mystic's trying to do as much as he can to separate himself and move down into 9th place. Goes Scavney, I believe that was, on AP7. Yolmir is the first to pick up the penalty. Mailmere now finally does get past Helg, and now the other LFR driver goes down the inside line on Helg. Helg gets pushed off wide. Just trying not to give way, but ends up having to concede 2 positions in just a mere matter of turns. A little bit of a lockup there from Mailmere. Mystic is really trying to move through sector 2 here. Jacko's doing as much as he can, breaking deep into the turn, but by doing so it gives him a little bit less of a launch out. And is he going to get DRS a good job coming out of that turn, making up actually a decent bit of ground on Mystic here? So Mystic must have made some sort of mistake going into that, as he lost quite a bit of time, and Jacko is making up the ground. Random still staying close. Helg is trying to get back to 5th position, which he lost at the beginning of this lap, but not looking like it's going to happen here. AE gets really close on Porkchops. Porkchops does a nice little defensive driving, cuts a little bit of turn 2 there, so I'll have to keep an eye on his penalties there. Now Jinnit's going to be in real tough to try and get the move done, but a little battle back into 12th place. It looked like AE had the position for a second there before Chops was able to push him out and still hold on to 12th place, going a little bit too wide there around turn 7, so I'm not sure if he's going to get exceeding track limits penalty for that. Too bad his name isn't Lewis Hamilton, or else he went to cheeky jab. Jinnit's close. Got to do a lot to pass Jacko here. Mystic as well needs to have just a banger of a lap to separate himself from Jacko. ZGS picking up the penalty as his Clogmonger down the pack there. Oh, a little bit of contact there. See Barry's trying to come out of it. A Daltonian has to go off. Seabury holds on to the position. Actually Mailmere now losing 2 positions. Helg jumps up ahead. Something must have happened in a battle there. Random still staying onto this pack, so the front 4 drivers are really separating themselves. At every turn, as it seems. Mystic just could not do enough to get away from Jacko. As well as Jinnit is having troubles getting close enough to Jacko as well. Jacko's getting very close up into turn 1. But nothing going quite yet. But it might be his teammate Jay Chase's turn in the inside line on Mailmere. If Mailmere can send it around the outside, he cannot, and Jay Chase has got 7th place. Helg in 6th. Yelmere trying to drive away from the 2. That might be able to get a move into turn 8 here. It's going to be tough. Check actually the tire compounds. Scavney and AP are actually on the mediums. JC started on the mediums. ZGS was the only to go into the hards off the get-go. And oh, Scavney! Whoa, nearly loses there, but does a good job to stay on track. Jacko thinks about a move into turn 1, but can't get it done. Jay Chase now working on Helg. Gets the overtake, but Helg's got the nose ahead, and he's going to send it all the way around the outside, and gets the inside back through turn 2, and claims that position. Seabury is into the pit. AP7 should be able to get the move done here, and does. Past Scavney, and I think Mailmere actually got the position back on Jay Chase. So Jay was kind of set up poorly coming out of turn 3 with him trying to battle. The McLarens are going to have to try and do something to get Jinnit past Jacko here. They're in a tough spot. Random Series just falling outside of DRS range. It's not good for him. He's making up the ground. Jacko might be able to make a move here now into turn 1. Trying to get into that slipstream, but it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough here. Mailmere on Helg should have a really good run within a quarter of a second on Helg, as well as Jay Chase might be able to do it as well, but Helg's at the inside line, as well as the position for 7th. Oh, a little tap from Helg on Mailmere. Oh, that was some very tight driving there. And the tiniest little nudge from Helg is going to put himself and Mailmere down a bunch of spots, and I think he's pulling off to try and give Mailmere back the position. And that puts Helg all the way down the grid. Ouch, that's not what you want to see if you're an AlphaTauri fan. Workchop says move up into the top 10. Noganator looks to be battling with ZGS here. Ooh. A little bit of oversteer from Noganator there. ZGS takes back 16th place. Now Mailmere lets Helg go through as he's got some gnarly wing damage. Yolmir first to blink on the softs, pitting early, may be going into a 2-stopper here. I think if you're Jinnit, you gotta pit before Mystic. There has to be some sort of communication between the 2 drivers there on who's coming into the pit and when. Yolmir throws on some mediums, so he's got to get 24 laps on those tires. We'll have to see what the 3 drivers currently sitting on them right now. Scavney, AP. Oh, does ZGS crash out? What is that going to do? VSC. So yeah, ZGS crashes out just after turn 2, going into 3. And that's one of the Red Bulls out of this race. Jacko's actually going to pit first. So these McLarens are needing this VSC to end real quick. The car has been cleared. They're ever so slightly slowed down a bit, and Jacko actually throws on the mediums where Random goes onto the hards. And we're back green, and Jinnit gets some really proportionate timing there. So Scavney comes out ahead of Jacko, and Nicky just in behind Jacko. So Mystic really needs Scavney to hold up Jacko as much as possible with that VSC. He's going to save a lot of time. AE getting really close as well. Novinator into the pit onto the hards. AP7 as well going onto the hards. See Barry earlier on coming onto the hards. Jacko's trying to work his way around Scavney here. And he's getting a pretty good run out of turn 13 through 14 here. Scavney defends the inside line, but Jacko, even on those fresh hards, he's going to get the move done. Same with Random Serious on Nicky's old softs. AE seems to get really close to JC there. Helg into the pit. And now AE into the slipstream. He's going to get his car alongside, but JC brakes later than AE does. Goes a little bit deep into 4, but is able to keep moving. Still in 9th place. The battle for 9th is still well underway. Back up to the battle for 5th here. Random's trying to get the overtake on Scavney here. Scavney being on some old mediums. Random on some fresh ones. So even with AP7 starting on the mediums, he goes less laps than a lot of the drivers on the softs do. But some new mediums are a very fine thing. As you can see, Random Serious already getting the overtake done even before the pit straight into turn 1. And I think that's, it might be Clogmonger spun out there around turn 1 as he's collecting himself off the wall. Not his day-to-day. Cake on some hards as well. So I'd imagine that the McLarens are waiting out for the mediums here. We'll see. Mystic Joker's into the pit now. Jinnit takes the lead in the race. The second Ferrari of Jay Chase currently sits third, but with the penalty. Only at 3 seconds. Clogley is away there with 9 seconds worth of penalties. See Barry in 13. Getting real close to Helg there. So Mystic does come out behind Random Serious as well, but he's on to some fresh mediums. Random has caught Jacko, so we should see Random and Mystic overtake Jacko, and Clogmonger has retired in the pits as that's one Mercedes gone. The other currently finds himself 6th place, dealing with Yolmir in behind on some fresher mediums. So he's going to be in a tough battle there. Seabury and Helg once again battling as Seabury's on the inside line going into 4. Helg breaks deep, trying to fight back, but Seabury's got the whole car ahead as well as the position into 12th. The Renault goes. What did you miss? A little VSC. There we go. So Jinnet's into the pit now. So we'll have to see. He's just exiting right now. So Random needs to get past Jacko like yesterday. And is able to outbrake him. Now Mystic is right on the tail of Jacko here. Might be able to put a move into turn 8. As Mystic's going to want to get past Jacko as soon as humanly possible here. Random's going to be able to pull away. A little bit of a different pitch stop strategy going on here. What would be your choice there, Honda? Okay, so Mystic's got a really good run here, already into the slipstream of Jacko. Random locking up into turn 1. Mystic outbreaks Jacko and gets the position done. Now Jacko's going to try and come back at Mystic here. Get a dreadful camera angle, but Mystic tries to send it around the outside. Not much room left for him there. And is now back into 3rd place. Yellow flag is looks like it's Seabury spun out around turn 2 there. Mystic might be able to take another go into turn 1 here. He's running out of real estate here, and Jacko is able to catch a slipstream of Random Sirius, so Mystic can't get the move done. Jinnet patiently waiting behind his teammate Mystic to try and get past Jacko. Scabney actually throws on some fresh soft, so he's going to want to try and get past Nicky as soon as possible here. Just in behind. We haven't seen many dives into turn 8 yet, and it doesn't look like we're going to get one here either. Seabury pitting for some fresh mediums. Once again, Mystic is a really good run here. No room on the inside line left along the pit wall. Both get DRS here. Jacko looks like he's got the straight line speed. Mystic sending it around the outside, once again having to get up on the curb. This is wheel to wheel here, going through turn 6, and a bump from Jacko on Mystic, but Mystic stays on track. Now he's just outside a second to Random Series. He's able to close that, as he cannot lose DRS, or else he's going to be in trouble from Jacko. Just barely sitting outside a second. Looks like Helg spun out around turn 2 as well. Oh. Looks like he just barely gets it. No Did I speak? I think I spoke too soon. I think he just missed out. But I think he's just far enough to be able to hold on to second place. He's got to try and close that gap to Random Serious. JC into the pit after 19 laps into his medium rain. Seems to be going on to some softs. Now once again, Mystic is going to try and break away from Jacko here. But Random's actually driving a really good race right now in first. Mystic is going to get DRS this time. Mystic slowly closing the gap. Jinnit does take a penalty, so 3 seconds to him, but he's closing the gap to Jacko, but just not enough. Still coming through Sector 2 here, we have another battle. Scavney was able to overtake Nicky for 8th place. Unfortunately, I missed that. Trying to pull away. Into Sector 2, Nicky's just sitting outside a half a second, as well as Scavney is 2 seconds back of AP7, but he's slowly closing that gap as he is on the mediums. Coming down the pit straight are the leaders. Jinnit closing the gap, as is Mystic to Random. Random is absolutely dialed in right now. 3 lap holder mediums, and he's still able to hold the gap to Mystic just enough. Once again, Jinnit gets close, but not close enough. So the medium tires are as much of a battle of trying to keep them at a good percentage of usage until the end of this race here, as well as trying to get the overtake done. Mystic's getting real close to Random now. Might be able to get a move done into turn 1, which would be huge for Mystic. But then he'd have to try and break away from Random, and that looks like it's going to be a real hard goal to accomplish here, as Random is, like I said, dialed in. Breaking very deep is Jinnit, as he's very close onto Random now. Random taking somewhat of a worse racing line through the last 2 turns, and Jinnit is just still not close enough to Jacko to get the move done. Gets so close after turn 4 of every lap, but just can't get the move done. Scavney is nearly a second inside of AP7, so potentially something there. Mayamir pitting. Go to position changes and see who's moved the most positions. Right now it sits with JC, but with having the qualifying ban, that doesn't qualify him for the hardest charger. Instead, right now, it would go to Pork Chops. Still on to Mystic here. Because this whole race has just been this front four. And now Jinnet's really close to Jacko, but Jacko's just pulling away on the straight. Mystic is just not close enough. But Random with a little bit of mistake is going to bring Mystic really close here. Right on the tail. Yolmir pits. But just with the even with the minor mistakes that Random does, it's just not enough for Mystic to get a move done here. Fastest lap right now is all the way down with Mailmere 14th. But here we go. Mystic should be able to get it done here now. Gets a good run. Mailmere actually DNFs in the pit, and Mystic is alongside and through and passed through turn 1. Mystic goes. So Mystic takes the lead in the race. Jacko's just in behind Random. Random's gonna try and fight and push Jacko out wide, but those mediums are surely wearing down now. And Jacko does get the position back on Random. And now Jinnet's trying to get past Random as well, as I think Random's mediums are starting to wear out a little bit here. But Mystic has opened up that gap enough. Oh, what the hell? What is going on with that spectator mic? There we go, okay. Something's getting weird there. Jinnet now alongside and past Random now. So now Random down into P4 after holding on to the lead for several laps. I think it was at least 10. Now Jinnet's goal is to try and get past Jacko, as Mystic is now opening up the gap between himself and Jacko. Yolmir sets the fastest lap in 9th place. And imagine he did that on some fresh softs, yes. Pork Chops with the penalty. Cake is just in behind Pork Chops. And Scabney ends up getting the move done into 6th place, but AP7 is not giving way as he's got the inside line. Cuts a little bit of the turn, but Scabney does a good job of sending it around. But once again, AP7's back. Scabney's still fighting through the turn, and after a couple of moves gets the job done, as well as Cake does. Oh, but Cake gets put into the wall after the battle with Pork. And a full safety car here. So a full safety car. We'll have to see who's going to pit. So the whole leaders do have a free pit. Maybe Random should come into the pit here. Random should throw on some fresh softs if he's got a set. I think he still does. Or a slightly used one. He's got a big gap to himself in Yolmir. So Yolmir's just coming around turn 3 right now. So a large difference between the first 4 drivers and 5th. Can Mystic and Jinnet, I'm not sure. What are we going to see here? Who's going to come into the pit? Mystic is into the pit. Jacko as well. Jinnet as well. And same with Random, all having virtually free pit stops. Jinnick gets slightly slowed up from having to wait, but he's going to get his position. He's going to get into 4th. Still got that 3-second penalty. Some fresh softs. Still a chance at podium here. So a lot of drivers coming and throwing in some fresh softs for the rest of this race. Hardest Charger still sits with Pork. 3 seconds of penalties to him. Yulmir is currently sitting with 9 right now. Still plenty left here. So I think we're going to go around one more. JC, yes, up into 6th. Having a very good race. On some old softs is JC. And behind him is a lot of drivers with some fresh softs. With some very quick drivers as well. So tough sledding from this point out. Safety car is coming in, so the pack was able to get back close enough. We're all grouped up. Mystic is going to lead us through. So 2 cars separate Yulmir and Jinnit. As Mystic waits the final second and throws Random off. Random and Jinnit battling through turn 1, and Jinnit is able to get the move done as Random was just wrong-footed ever so slightly. JC falling way back as there seems to be a collision with himself, Porkchops. Helg looks to be involved. So chaos in the back of the pack. Yulmir and Jay Chase battling. And Jay gets the move done on Yulmir, but Yulmir's still on the inside line. He's going to fight this out, but Jay does a good job. Yulmir sends it back down into turn 8, but Jay gets the full car ahead. And now Mystic is going to try and pump out a really good lap here. Maybe get fastest lap as well as separate the gap between himself and Jacko outside of second. Jacko getting a really good run and may actually look at a move into turn 1. but he ran out of ERS there. One more lap until we have DRS back. Random's already a second back. Mystic is going to want to try and do as much as he can to separate himself from Jacko. Slowly pulling away here is Mystic. Looks like he's got a better downforce setup for Interlagos here. 3/4 of a second to separate the two drivers. Jacko's doing as much as he can to stay close. So Mystic does set fastest lap. DRS is open now for these drivers. Scavney looking to get a move done on his teammate, but he's completely out of ERS. Once again, Jinnet's just stuck in behind in third. Noganator getting past. See Barry there, as both are sporting some mediums. Jay Chase has got a penalty, so he could drop down into 6th. Depending on how close this gap stays to all these drivers. Jacko might look at a move into turn 1 here. Oh, Jason Blackley DNFs. Around sector 2, Jacko gets the move on Mystic and pinches him out. And is back into first. Jinnet's still sporting that penalty. Sitting in third. Looks like AP7 actually overtook Scavney there as well, so Scavney now drops into 8th. Now Jay Chase might be safe in 5th. Oh, Noganator spins out as well. Random just sitting outside of the penalties of 3rd place, and he's going to jump up ahead of Jinnet after the penalty. What does this do for the hardest charger? So it still sits with pork chops. Can Mystic get it done here? Is he close enough? He's out of ERS. So is Jacko. He's going to get close. But not close enough into turn 1 onto the final lap here. Still going onto that battery is Mystic. A little bit of a tap onto the back of Jacko there. Mystic looks like he wants to get the move done real quick. Yulmir overtakes Jay Chase as well, but I'm going to stay on for the battle for the win here. Down into the final straight we're gonna go, but it looks like Mystic doesn't get a good enough run out of the final turn, and Jacko should come over the line for the win. Random will surely come third with Jinna dropping back, but is able to increase the gap. So Jacko, Mystic, and Random are our winners here. Jay Chase does move up and then back down. Yulmir actually drops all the way down into 9th, Jay into 6th, Nikki up into 7th. We'll go on to the hardest charger, and it's actually going to be Scavney. Scavney's going to take it. Leapfrogging his teammate. Yulmir and AE finish up. Just waiting on the 2 AlphaTauris. Not the races that they were hoping for. Scavney picking up driver of the day. We'll get him in for an interview as well as our podium. Okay, so we're going through the final order as it stands. Jacko first, Mystic second, Random third, Janet fourth, Scavney fifth, Jay Chase sixth, Nikki seventh, AP7 eighth, Yulmir ninth, AE Daltonian finishing 10th, Porkchops 11th, Seaberry 12th, Helg 13th, Noganator 14th, JC 15th. I'm not sure if they'll be getting points. Cake, Mailmere, Clog, ZGS, all DNFing here. Random. How's it going, man? Yes.
Okay, I think this works.
That was a pretty good race for you. You had some really solid pace the whole way.
Yeah, I can't complain. Yeah, I think it could have gone either way. I think also I saw that the top two had both 2 warnings, so I guess they could have picked up a penalty.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Yeah, right. Janet was the only one with the penalty. Yeah. Yeah, Janet was the only one with the penalty. But yeah, no, you had some crazy pace the whole way through. Go Jacko. I'm not sure if we'll get Mystic here. But we'll see. Mystic might join. But if not, we'll just kind of get right to it here. Jacko, you there?
I am.
So no supporting Aussie here tonight. Stat, I don't know if you saw his stupid dumb head and forgot that he had work. So yeah, I'm here alone. But anywho, how did the race go? Did the safety car kind of throw a little bit of a wrench into it?
The actual full safety car, it was a no-brainer, I think, for the top four to pit. Surely, yeah, it was a wrench. I thought I'd be looking at P2 at that point. Mystic was a bit out of reach, and Jin was on me, but he had the 3-second penalty. So I thought it looked decent for P2 at that stage, and I also saw that none of the top 5 had the fastest lap for those 5 points, so I was pretty happy at that stage. But obviously the deployment of the safety car meant it was, battle resumed again, and also the fastest lap was up for grabs with the top runners on softs. So yeah, I'm glad it panned out the way it did. I'm not sure exactly how I managed to overtake Mystic. I feel like something must have gone wrong for Mystic to lose pace where I caught him. Maybe no errs left or something, but we'll get that information from him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And beyond that, yeah, happy to take a win. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised. But having said that, it was a very fun race, particularly battling with Mystic and Random. Not sure if I got too much of a battle with Jin, but everyone was pretty respectful in that race, and props to both of these guys, as well as Jin, for that quite fun battle.
Yeah, it was a good race. You three including Janet just kind of separated yourselves like the entire race. You guys had some really good pace, and yeah, congratulations to you, Jacko, on another win here. But on to Janet. From what I was able to notice, Janet, was that your biggest loss of time to Jacko kind of came around from like turn 11 through 13. Am I right there? Are you like not comfortable there, because you're seemingly pulling away through the entire sector 2 until you got to the end of it, and then early on to sector 3 was when he was kind of able to close that gap.
You mean Mystic?
Mystic, yeah, shoot. Sorry, dude, I was saying it all night, man. Like, all day. Yeah, but yeah,
I
sorry.
got you. No, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I wasn't comfortable. It's just, whatever reason, he was just a rocket out of there, and I had nothing for it, which was really, really, really surprising. Fun race. Little bit of banging with my battle with Jacko, but wasn't anything crazy. That was some good battling, and very, very, very close wheel to wheel. Yeah, I don't know. I knew that he was a rocket out of there, so I, would deploy all my ERS right there, but still wasn't enough. Everywhere else, I feel like I was quicker than him. But yeah.
Yeah, it was really close between you two. I saw how much you were struggling for ERS in the last couple of laps there after Jacko overtook you.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
it was fun.
Yeah.
Really wish that safety car wouldn't have came out.
Yeah, that definitely screwed you over.
Thanks a lot, Cake. I think it was Cake that brought it out.
It was Cake and Pork. They got into it. I wasn't able to catch it. I think.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot, Pork and Cake.
Yeah, just throw it on Pork. It's all Pork's fault.
Yeah, appreciate it, Pork. Good looking out, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheers. Anyways, congratulations on another podium, Jacko. But on to Random. It's been a couple races, I believe, since we've had you back in the booth here. But I could see the whole time you had a lot of confidence, and you're very comfortable in Interlagos. Is this one of your preferred tracks, I'm guessing, hey?
Yeah, you could say that. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you had the lead for the longest time there in the middle part of the race. Was the tires just kind of giving way on you? Kind of what kind of pushed you back into P4 there, or did you just make a couple mistakes?
I don't really remember why he got the lead. Was it because of the safety car, the VCA? I think the virtual safety car.
They overtook you just before the safety car.
Yeah. Right.
So,
yeah.
There's a moment there where you had 3 lap older mediums than Mystic and Jinnit, and as well as Jacko. But yeah, you were holding them off for the longest time there. Mystic was having a tough time getting around you there, and you just looked to be having some crazy pace.
Yeah, I think the first half went well, but then I felt I was struggling in the corners, and also Mystic. I mean, everyone behind me, the 3 cars behind me, I knew they're all fast, so I wasn't surprised when they then put me to the back of their pack.
Man, what's your accent? I've never asked you this.
Switzerland?
Is it Swiss? I saw you got the Swiss flag.
Swiss.
Okay, so now, from what I've heard from Switzerland, they speak 4 different languages, right? They've got 4 national languages?
Well, most of them speak 2. But yeah, it's French and German for me.
So you speak fluent both?
No. Fluent German, Swiss German, basically. Similar to German.
Okay.
And French, just a little bit.
Okay, that's always fascinated me how there's like 4 like national languages there, but yeah, that's besides the point. Congratulations for the podium. Good job. You had a crazy race. Well done.
Appreciate it.
Scavney, going for the hardest charger here, man. You were getting into a little bit of a battle with your teammate there, Yolmir, at the end. Was he kind of screwing you over? Were you a little bit nervous for a bit there, or were you confident the entire way through that you were going to be able to jump up those many positions at the end of the race?
I mean, I knew I had him on time penalties. I was just hoping to get by him as quickly as possible so I could worry about JHA's, because I knew that gap was going to be close. There's one point I had him around the outside. I let off the ERS, tried to save a little bit, and he got me back on the inside. But it was clean racing, good battling like that throughout the entire race. I mean, that safety car definitely benefited me with the time penalties and everything. So overall, pretty happy with the result.
Yeah, good stuff. You had some really get a solid race pace. Like I've said before, you're kind of the better version of pork chops. Not afraid to say it. You can't come at me. No one can do what I do. But yeah, no, good job on you, as well as good solid points for Haas. But now going into Abu Dhabi, what's your confidence going to there, Scavney?
It's about middle of the road for me. Not my most enjoyable track, but I think it's just gonna be take it as it goes and see what happens. Try to get the best result possible.
Sounds good. It just seems to be the steady, the easy going, fucking solid pace shit that you put out from week to week. So yeah, why not carry it over to Abu Dhabi?
Exactly.
There we go. But anything left to say before I give some shout outs to the other divisions podiums, guys? Or are y'all good? Y'all are good?
No, just good race to everyone. Congrats to the podium. Congrats to Jacko on the win. It was a hell of a race from him.
Yeah, I'll echo those comments. Everyone in this party did a fantastic job, as well as I'm sure several others in this race. And I will acknowledge that the race was Mystics without that safety car. I didn't have the pace. So that's unlucky for you, man.
There you go.
It's all good, man. Hey, that's racing.
Yeah, exactly that. But
gotta capitalize on those moments.
Yeah, 100%. Exactly what Jacko did. But kind of giving the shout-outs to Div 2, we got JXW, Uncle Ben's Rice, and Hash with the podium in Division 2 on to 3. I haven't got any news about Division 4 yet here, but it looks like we got Matt Rosie, Humble Hippo, and Soyo Loco with the podium there. So congratulations to those drivers as well. And like I said, here we go. I got Division 4 here as well. Houdini, Knuckles actually getting a podium, as well as Hammer in Division 4. And Spaceman coming fourth. Damn. There you go, Spaceman. Nice. But yeah, good stuff from all of those divisions throughout another fun Thursday night edition of our league racing. But on to Friday tomorrow, our second last edition of the multiplayer series, so be sure to check that out if you're interested. But that is going to be it for us here in the Midwest F1 League. Be sure to check us out on YouTube as well as Twitter and Instagram if you like what you see. We very much appreciate all the extra follows that you provide us. We try and keep those contents rolling as much as possible. All these races should be posted up on the YouTube channel by Saturday or Sunday, depending on whenever I find time in my morning to get it done. So be patient, I will get her done. But like I said, that is it for us here in Midwest F1 League. That's enough for Thursday. On to Friday, nearly at the weekend. So enjoy what is left of your Thursday, and we'll be seeing you tomorrow night at we don't even know, because freaking stat always tells us 5 minutes before the race. So yeah, have a good rest of your Thursday, guys. Thanks for tuning in. All right.